Scientific98, bringing you the latest in Telltale Games news and more. Today, we are going to be doing a mega analysis on Tales from the Borderlands Episode 5, The Vaults of the Traveler. I'm going to be analyzing both the launch trailer for the episode released yesterday, as well as the 5 screenshots that were released on Telltale's Twitter, to see what we can analyze them in time for the episode's release. First, however, I'm going to replay the Episode 5 trailer for y'all to see just one more time in case you haven't seen it yet.
Rated M for mature.
Why did you do this to us? Look, you obviously know us. You wouldn't be doing this if you didn't. So just, no more games.
I do know you. Better now than I ever have.
You used to idolize me, now you're gonna be me. You love this. It's perfect.
Pandora suddenly feels a lot safer than here.
Someday, I want to live on a nice planet.
Everyone thinks they're the hero of their own story.
Okay, so before we start our analysis on the Tales from the Borderlands Episode 5 trailer, I just want to go ahead and read basically the summary of the episode like we always do. So here we go. In the final episode of the season, all hell breaks loose. Jack is now in control of Helios' systems, and he's ready to reclaim his rightful place as King of Hyperion with or without you. It's a mad dash to get out of the chaotic space station alive, as everyone scrambles to grab the final Gortys piece and hightail it back to Pandora. Can you guide our ragtag team through the perilous corporate dangers in hopes to gain some sweet alien riches? Loyalties will be tested, secrets will be revealed, and explosions will be in large supply in this climactic chapter of Tales from the Borderlands. Okay, so the first thing to point out in this trailer is that where the trailer starts. In the beginning, it starts with a shot of the Stranger's hideout, which is this crashed Hyperion space shuttle. Now, this is something I just noticed back in Episode 4. Back in Episode 4, during the intro sequence when the whole gang's flying through space towards Helios, they pass through the remnants of a destroyed Hyperion ship. From the looks of it, this is that same ship, so apparently in the time between Episodes 4 and the present day timeline, this ship must have crashed down on Pandora and landed here, and the Stranger must be using it possibly as a hideout of sorts. So after this shot, we get some dialogue between Fiona and the Stranger when she asks the Stranger why they kidnapped her, why he kidnapped her and Reese, and that they should just, since she obviously knows that he or she is someone from their past, that they might as well reveal who they are. So the major first half of this trailer is basically just a recap on what happened the entire season. We just get a bunch of scenes from episodes 1 through 4, such as Felix betraying Fiona and Sasha, the gang discovering Gortys, Fiona kissing Scooter, and until about halfway through the trailer, that's when we start getting new stuff. So the first shot we have here is of Reese in some destroyed Hyperion place, and he's looking at a poster of Handsome Jack. So it looks like we're still on Helios, or perhaps maybe like Handsome Jack goes crazy at some point and decides to destroy Helios, and so while Reese is trying to figure out a way out, he sees this destroyed picture of Handsome Jack. Not much else we can tell from that. After that shot, we get this little dialogue by Handsome Jack to Reese saying how excited Reese should be about basically becoming the next Handsome Jack. Though based on like the shot, the expression Reese has, and the fact that Handsome Jack's appearing on the giant monitor behind Reese, I would expect this is what happens if you chose to not take over Hyperion at the end of Episode 4. Because in a tweet that was released by Telltale, they stated that Tales from the Borderlands Episode 5 will be changed dramatically depending on your choices in Episode 4. So I'm thinking that possibly maybe Handsome Jack won't even be antagonistic towards Reese if he chose to rule Hyperion like I did at the end of episode 4. The next shot we have is of Sasha, Fiona, and Gortys running, trying to find a way out of Helios. Aside from that, we can hear gunfire in distance, assuming that they're being maybe chased by Yvette and Hyperion, or perhaps maybe August, Finch, and Kroger. Obviously, though, they're all trying to figure out a way to get out of here. There are 2 ways I could possibly see this going. If Reese chose to reject Hyperion, they're trying to find a way to get to Reese and break him out of Handsome Jack's office. Or maybe if you chose to rule Hyperion, Reese decides to stay on it, and then Fiona, Sasha, and Gortys are just trying to make a run for it themselves. The next couple shots we have here is of what I believe to be is an escape pod hurtling through space. This ties into a scene that I believe happens at either at the end of the trailer, so I'm going to go more into that later. But right now, after that, we then get the shot of Fiona standing on some sort of cliff in the middle of a sandstorm. We can see looks like some sort of Hyperion ship behind her. In one of the screenshots that Telltale released, we get a clearer look at this, showing that Fiona took an escape pod off of Helios alone and is back on Pandora. I'm assuming this is what leads to before what we saw in the teaser back on the episode 1 through 4 Accolades trailer of Fiona walking through a sandstorm by herself. This takes place right before that. After that, we get a short sequence of Reese running through a hallway and then throwing the final piece of Gortys under a door where Fiona and Gortys are. One thing to note is that Sasha is not present in this scene. We only see Fiona and Gortys' legs, not Sasha's. Another thing, though, is that Reese is running and throwing the beacon to them. I'm assuming this is what happens actually if you chose, like I said before, to reject Hyperion, in which he helps Fiona and Gortys get the beacon. Maybe if you chose to rule Hyperion, Reese decides not to help them, and Fiona and Gortys have to find another way to get the piece. Who knows? This next scene we have is also shown in one of the 5 screenshots that Telltale posted. It's of Fiona, Sasha, and Gortys inside this giant hallway full of monitors with Handsome Jack on them. So definitely the group will find out about Handsome Jack in this episode if you didn't already tell them in the as Reese in the beginning of episode 4. So I'm assuming if you chose to reject Hyperion, they're in this room and they're trying to get to Reese perhaps, and Handsome Jack's taunting them and how he's probably going to try to find a way to kill them so they can't get to Reese. And then maybe if you chose to rule Hyperion, this is either doesn't happen completely, or maybe it's like Handsome Jack's actually trying to help them get to Reese so that they can all escape. I'm not quite sure. This next scene excites me a lot. In this shot we have Fiona doing a Street Fighter roundhouse kick on Valerie inside the sandstorm. This is basically a continuation of the episode 5 teaser we got at the end of the Accolades trailer, where I called that person with a rocket launcher standing on the cliff would be Valerie. This confirms that Valerie was in that scene and that she's trying to kill Gortys and get the Traveler money for herself, and apparently Fiona's trying to stop her from doing that. This next shot I think is pretty interesting. We have a shot of Zero standing on a cliff with a sniper rifle. Now, the last time we saw Zero was in episode 1 when he was sent by Moxie to go get the Gortys beacon from Bossa Nova, but he wasn't able to find it, and that's how Reese and Fiona were able to get it. Now, I have no idea why Zero is here. It could be perhaps that the Vault Hunters have seen how Vault Hunters are always going for vaults. They see the Vault of the Traveler's coming. They decide to go investigate for themselves. This actually leads into a tweet that was made by Telltale saying that make sure you have a lot of money in Tales from the Borderlands episode 5 as Vault Hunters don't come cheap. So before I get into that, I want to go over a quick screenshot that was released for episode 5 that ties into this. So in one of the screenshots released for episode 5, we have a shot of several Borderlands and Tales from the Borderlands characters alike in a car and in vehicles. We have Janie on a motorcycle with a passenger car. I'm assuming that's possibly for Athena. We have Zero riding on Vasquez's limo from episode 1. We have some random Hyperion employee and August riding in a bandit technical. And then we have, I believe to be Sasha and another character riding another bandit technical. Now, what I believe this to be is that actually in episode 5, depending on how much money you have, we'll be able to actually hire Borderlands 2 Vault Hunters and other characters to help us go after the Vault. So, this is explained by Zeros here. If that happens, I would love to see get the ability to hire Axton, because Axton was my favorite character to play as in Borderlands 2, and I'd just love to see him in Tales from the Borderlands. This next shot we have here is mainly filler. I believe we see loader bot or a loader bot trying to forcing open a door on Helios. I'm not sure if this is our loader bot because we can't quite see if he has his legs yet, and also this loader bot is looking pretty clean. It's having a couple of paint scratches, unlike our loader bot, which got several rocket launchers to the face and its legs ripped off. So I'm not sure if this is our loader bot or if just a random Hyperion loader bot. Now, this is what I believe to be the most interesting part of the trailer. We have Fiona along with this other girl in some sort of Iridian looking place. It could possibly be the inside Vaulted Traveler, but there's two things to note here. One is that Fiona is wearing her present clothes, so this is not in the past timeline where all the Tales of the This is actually taking place when Fiona is and Reese are being helicoptered by the stranger. Now, another thing, to the left of Fiona is this girl. A lot of people are saying that this is Sasha. Her clothes definitely seem to look a lot like Sasha, but I feel like her skin's too white to be Sasha, and her hairstyle does not match that of Sasha, what we've seen so far. Now, I don't know what Telltale's thinking, but this could actually be a major spoiler as to who the stranger is, because as of right now, we haven't seen anyone else with Reese and Fiona in the present day alongside the stranger. So it could be possible this girl, whether it be Sasha or anyone else, she could be the stranger. We'll have to wait till see when episode 5 gets to see who this girl really is. After that scene, we get a shot of Fiona holding her pistol out at an unknown threat. We then see this giant glowing monster emerge from in the sandstorm. Some people could think this is Gortys, as I said before, but to me, I believe this is actually the Traveler, because if compared to the the key arc we had of Gortys in her Hulkbuster outfit, her lights don't match the same thing as this thing, so I believe this to be the Traveler. Also, I've got another piece of evidence later on that makes me believe this is actually the Traveler. The next scene we have is of Reese using his stun baton to hold on to a generator of some sorts and prevent himself from falling out of Helios into space. This actually is a part of another screenshot that Telltale released. In this screenshot we have Reese in the same position, but instead this time Yvette is seen holding on to his leg. So I'm assuming Yvette will be a determined character. We'll probably be able to decide whether if we kick her off and kill her because she betrayed Reese and Vaughn, or if maybe we'll get a chance to save her and get her into the escape pod with us. I'm not sure whether a generator or an escape pod, but based on the vents in the screenshots, it kind of looks like an escape pod to me. After that, we get a shot of a giant light coming down and the Vaults of the Traveler opening. So I called this back in my analysis trailer that light was possibly the beacon for the Vaults of the Traveler, which this confirms it is, as we see in the next shot the Traveler emerging from the vault. So if you looked really closely, before the Traveler puts its hand around the vault as it's trying to get out, we see this little blue diamond metal-like thing protruding out of the its shoulder, I believe it to be. And if we go back to the shot of where Fiona is apparently confronting the Traveler in a sandstorm, we see its light matches the exact same power of that. So this confirms that sand monster in the sandstorm was in fact the Traveler, and that apparently we're going to get into a giant Power Rangers fight with Gortys and the Traveler, each fighting each other. And then for the final shot of the trailer, we have Reese apparently screaming at someone as he's locked behind a glass door and what looks like an escape pod. So I believe that this could possibly, either this or Fiona, is the same escape pod we saw back in the beginning of the trailer, which is hurtling through space. Based on the saddened expression Reese has, I've got two theories as to who this could possibly be. I believe it's either Sasha or Vaughn that is locking him in an escape pod and letting him sacrifice himself so that Reese can live. Now, we still haven't seen Vaughn since episode 4, but it could have been possible that maybe he and determinedly Cassius found a way to get back onto Helios, and seeing as that Helios is about to be destroyed, he sacrifices himself and Cassius to get Reese off of Helios and onto Pandora. Or this could also be Sasha, because, like I said, we saw the shot of Reese throwing the Gortys beacon to both only Fiona and Gortys. And we know that, obviously, Reese has a crush on Sasha, so to see Sasha sacrifice herself to save Reese, it would fit her character very well. So that's it for the trailer and some of the screenshots, but we still got other screenshots to look at that I find interesting. There's one in particular that I find interesting that was not mentioned here. This one screenshot right here, we have of Reese going through, see a bunch of torture objects being pointed at his face, including a mace, a buzzsaw, a claw, and I think a little taser. That could be the jack that Reese used to hack in. And we see there are locks around Reese's hands during this, so this is probably if you chose to reject Hyperion, which Phantom Death's probably going to torture Reese if he doesn't help him kill Fiona, Sasha, and Gortys. And that's it for the Tales from the Borderlands Episode 5 Ultra Traveler Mega Analysis. The episode comes out in 2 days, which I cannot wait for. So are you all excited for Tales from the Borderlands Episode 5? Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later.